Ever feel like your business is being pulled in a million directions at once? You know, trying to be everywhere, for everyone, all the time? It's a massive challenge. But what if the solution is way more straightforward than you think? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on AI chatbots. We'll break down exactly what they are and how they can be a total game changer for your business. Okay, let's jump right in.
So here's what we've got lined up. We'll kick things off with a classic business problem that I'm sure you'll recognize. Then we'll introduce the AI chatbot as the hero of our story. We're going to peek under the hood to see how they're made, look at some awesome real-world examples, cover all the practical stuff, and then wrap it all up with a big question for you to think about.
All right, let's set the stage. The modern business dilemma. I love this subtitle. Always on or always overwhelmed? Because that's the tightrope we're all walking, right? In this digital-first world, the pressure is on to be available 24/7, but that can so quickly turn into your team just being completely swamped.
And that overwhelmed feeling, it comes from some very real, very common business headaches. We're talking about operational costs that just keep climbing. Customers who, let's be honest, expect an answer the second they ask, no matter the time of day. You've got support teams that are drowning in the same repetitive questions over and over. And all of that adds up to missed opportunities and, frankly, a major roadblock to growth. And this is where our main character enters the scene, the AI chatbot. Look, this isn't just some flashy new tech trend. It's a real automated solution designed specifically to tackle these modern business pressures head on. So what's really going on inside these things? Well, AI chatbot development is all about creating smart bots that can actually understand and talk like a person. They use this cool technology called natural language processing, or NLP, which is just a fancy way of saying they can understand what we type. And then they use machine learning to get smarter and more helpful with every single conversation they have.
At its heart, it's a really simple but powerful three-step dance. First, it processes what you said. Second, and this is the important part, it figures out your intent. What do you actually want? And third, it generates the most helpful response it can. It's kind of like having a super efficient assistant who just instantly gets it.
So how do you actually build one of these digital helpers? It's not magic, and it's definitely not a black box. It's a very clear, structured journey that takes an idea and turns it into a powerful tool. Let's walk through it. It all starts with discovery. Figuring out what problem you're actually trying to solve. From there, you move into planning, where you literally map out how the conversation should go. After you pick the right tech, the actual development happens. Then comes the really critical part. Testing, and more testing to make sure it's accurate and reliable. Finally, you launch it. But it doesn't stop there. You're always monitoring and tweaking to make it even better. Okay, theory is great. We've talked about the what and the how. But now, let's get to the fun part. What is the actual real-world impact? What do these bots really do for a business when the rubber meets the road? The benefits are huge, and they hit right where it counts. I mean, imagine being available 24/7 without a single person on your team getting burned out. Your costs drop because all those routine questions are automated. You can scale up to handle thousands of customer chats at once, no problem. And you can even make the experience personal by plugging the bot right into your existing systems, like your CRM. And let's talk about speed for a second. The impact here can be absolutely dramatic. We're talking about a potential 67% reduction in how long it takes to get back to a customer. Just think about that for a moment. That's often the difference between a happy customer who sticks around and one who's already gone to your competitor. It's a massive deal. Let's get specific now and look at a few industries. We'll start with one where precision, security, and following the rules are just non-negotiable. Healthcare. In healthcare, chatbots can take over so many important tasks. Things like booking appointments, sending out reminders to take medication, or even providing a preliminary symptom check. And this is so important. It can all be done in a totally secure, HIPAA-compliant way, which frees up doctors and nurses to focus on patient care. All right, next up, let's move to an industry that is all about customer interaction 24/7, e-commerce and retail. Oh man, for a retail business, a chatbot is like a sales and support superstar. They can track orders, help a customer find the perfect product, and even send a little nudge to someone who left items in their cart. It's basically like giving every single shopper their own personal assistant anytime they need one. And for our last example, let's talk about money, an area where security and speed are absolutely everything: fintech. In the world of finance, these bots are incredibly powerful. They can automate things like identity verification, give you an instant balance check, or even help with fraud alerts. They handle really sensitive information, but they do it quickly and securely, which builds trust with customers and takes a huge load off the operations team. Okay, so this all sounds great, but naturally, some really practical questions are probably popping into your head. Questions like, is my data safe? Does this follow all the legal rules? And can this thing actually grow with my business? These are the right questions to be asking.
And here's the key. A modern, well-built chatbot has the answers to those questions baked right in from day one. We are talking about serious, enterprise-level stuff. End-to-end encryption, strict controls on who can access what, and full compliance with major regulations like GDPR and HIPAA. Security isn't an add-on. It's part of the foundation.
And getting started is way more flexible than you might think. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. Maybe you have a small, super-defined project that's perfect for a fixed price. Or maybe you have an ongoing, complex need where a dedicated team makes more sense. There are different ways to engage that can fit your exact goals and your budget.
So, we've walked through the whole story. We've seen the problem, we've met the solution, we've understood the process, and we've seen the proof in action. And that brings us to one final, really important question. After seeing how these amazing tools can slash costs, make customers happier, and help you scale your operations in ways you couldn't before, you have to ask yourself, is this the move? Is this the thing that unlocks that next level of growth for my business? It's a question that honestly, every modern business really needs to be thinking about right now.